But now we don't need an IMAX theater for this one. This is must-see TV right now between these two. The stakes in this fight were huge before it became personal. Have no illusions, it's become very personal. The Tale of the Tape is brought to you by Dave & Buster's, the only place to eat, drink, play, and watch sports.
Look at the height and reach advantage for Saad Awad. He fights very tall, really rangy with the lead hand. It's a big factor in this fight.
Live on Spike, Bellator MMA presented by Miller Lite now moves to the lightweight division for 3 5-minute rounds presented by Gold Bond Ultimate Men's Lotion. And now, introducing first the blue corner at 5'11", weighing in 155.8 pounds, his professional record, 18 wins, 6 losses, fighting out of San Bernardino, California, introducing Saad, the Assassin Awad. And across the cage, his adversary fights out of the red corner at 5'7". He weighed in 156 pounds even as a professional. He stands with 13 victories, 6 defeats, fighting out of Natal, Rio Grande do Norte, Brazil, introducing Patricky Pitbull. And the referee in charge of the action, Mike Beltran.
Ready? Let's go, gentlemen, bring it in. All right, gentlemen, been over the rules already. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves now if you want. At the sound of the bell, come on out and handle your business. Let's go.
That tells you where each man wants this fight.
That's right, both guys very aggressive. 56% of Awad's strikes landed on the ground. Pitbull, 73 on the feet.
Patricky Pitbull, 9-time Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champ.
You ready to fight? You ready to fight? Head up, let's go.
That's not Tennessee Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champ. That's not Canadian, but that's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champ.
Question in this fight, all the build-up, all the animosity. Bruce Lee said it, a good martial artist does not become tense, but ready. Emotions make you tense.
Patricky Pitbull, big step forward in that manner in the David Rickles fight. Fight Clock brought to you by Miller Lite, the original Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time.
Fights are about controlling your emotions, not letting them control you. You may be upset, but they both have to fight like professionals. See, that's what they're doing right now. Forget all the animosity. You can't go running across the cage at somebody.
Saad Awad has won 10 of his last 12, and one of those losses was a very controversial one to David Rickles.
It was a bad call by the referee in between rounds after the bell. Called it a knockout when Saad Awad was very much awake.
The signature win for Saad Awad. Brutal knockout of Will Brooks. Will there be a rubber fight between those two? Will Brooks has Marcin Held to worry about at vengeance in St. Louis for the lightweight title, and what suddenly with Josh Thompson and Josh Koscheck and Melvin Gillard, the deep lightweight division has now gotten crazy ultra deep.
These guys are very much in the mix, but you see the respect they are showing for one another. Animosity outside the cage, but they respect each other's power. Pitbull said, I'm going to fight a patient fight like I did against Caveman. That's so far what he's doing.
It's almost as if these two were drawn into the Twitter beef that involved other people. Right. It involved Patricio Pitbull. It involved Will Brooks. It involved Georgie Karakhanyan. But these two have center stage now. So much on the line.
That's what Pitbull has to do, is overcome those rangy, long tools of Saad Awad. The kick, the lead hand. He has to get around those weapons in order to land the power punch. He's never had a great jab. He has good hooks with the left, a good straight right. Pitbull's never been great with the jab.
Count down the top 20 knockouts in Bellator history. Bellator MMA's top 20 knockouts premieres next on Spike. See if we can add 21 here before this one's over.
Surprise takedown attempt by Saad Awad. I didn't think we'd see much of that in the opening round.
I didn't think we'd see Andrei Koreshkov do it at all, and now he's the welterweight world champion.
Always surprises, man.
What a surprise. Will Brooks is on Twitter. He is a must-follow and one of the most active elite professional athletes you're going to see on Twitter. Awad pops right back up. Dave Rickles wants another opportunity at Patricky, especially after watching that feature. And we're talking about Chandler and Dave Jansen. Derek Anderson, who we saw earlier tonight, and Brent Primus, a new name that's going to be on that list, who's 6-0. And finally, Patricky had it to the ground, but only for a split second.
Let's not forget, these guys are heavy-handed, but very well-rounded. Both guys have ground skills, decent wrestling, really good submissions. That's an important thing to say, though. Neither guy really a standout wrestler. They're not going to spend a lot of energy on the takedown.
The Rickles fight was really a step forward for Patricky in handling his emotions, right?
Yeah, very true. I think he'd been recklessly aggressive before that. He found his opening in that fight. It's a very different kind of Pitbull.
Double leg again, Patricky, double leg. Yeah.
Saad Awad heard what you heard. What does that tell you that a fighter is that good or bad that he's that in tune with what he's hearing?
Well, with Saad Awad, he's a veteran. He's not going to take his mental focus off of Patricky Pitbull, so I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily. Normally, you only be focused on the guy in front of you.
Is that flying knee? Patricky scored more than one knockout with that. It's almost as if we expected the fighters inside the cage to lose their composure. It's more like outside the cage is where all the activity is here through round one. A very smart, very professional, high-level opening round. Saad Awad and Patricky Pitbull fighting very smart, very professional first round. Both expecting the other, perhaps, to lose their composure. Sign of respect, noteworthy here at the start of round two. Jimmy's Scorecard brought to you by the Transporter Refuel, rated PG-13 in theaters at IMAX September 4th. Saad Awad asked his corner, did I win round one? You say yes.
Yes, very close first round. Awad just a little busier, controlled the range a little bit better. Very close, but I give it to Saad Awad. A little better cage generalship.
Now Patricky gets in close for the first time.
That's the range Patricky wants. Wasn't able to find it in round number one.
On November 6th in St. Louis, Will Brooks defends the lightweight title against Marcin Held, a fascinating clash of styles. The winner of this fight could be next in line for the title shot.
A great way to get inside to control range is versatility. Throw combinations, throw stuff your opponent doesn't expect to get inside. You see Pitbull opening it with kicks, combinations, way more than he did in round number one.
If Saad Awad was surprised by the way Patricky came out or didn't come out, he didn't show it.
Well, if he did his tape study, if his team did his tape study, he knows. Last couple fights, Patricky Pitbull has been much more patient. Good fighters adjust, and Patricky Pitbull in this second round being much more aggressive. Good shot by Saad Awad. Fighting fire with fire.
Trickle, hard to tell if that's coming from the nose. As you can see under the right eye.
Nice transition to the takedown. Beautiful stuff. Look at that. Tried to step over and take the back. Did Saad Awad. It's Pitbull that ends up on top. First takedown.
We talk about the knockout power of Saad Awad. 7 of his 18 wins have come by submission, including one in which he was basically knocked out and still scored a submission win.
And here's Joe Duarte. Got him in a triangle and submitted him with strikes. Showed his ability on the ground. Right now he's trying to tie Patricky Pitbull up. Good strategy. Patricky landing short shots, but not able to get the distance, the posture necessary to land good ground and pound.
Let's go, guys. Gotta work. Watch the up kick to the head.
Heard Mike Beltran warn about the up kick.
Saad, no slouch on the ground. Millennium MMA. Batiste Mansouri, Romy Aram, great team. Big grapplers out of that camp.
So close to Georgie Karakanyan.
Patricky going for the high crotch. Patricky Pitbull is committed to this defense here. Back to his feet.
So now we've seen a lot of clubs in the bag from both through the first 2 rounds. Is it disconcerting for a fighter who feels he's going to be the dominant one on the ground to have a long segment of the round on the ground and not be there?
I think he had to know that Saad is not a beginner on the ground. Remember, Saad just stalled him out. You have to be better to do that.
Right uppercut got through. That was the first shot.
Starting to find the range is Saad, turning it up. In a round I thought Patricky Pitbull was winning.
That size and reach is too much.
I think this round very much up for grabs in the last 40 seconds.
Strong right. This is the patient Patricky Pitbull.
Slipping the punch, going straight to the takedown. Good defense by Saad.
Strong finish to round 2 for Saad. The best shot of the round, though, may have been landed by Patricky Pitbull with the left elbow. We're going to round 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as we now go to the 3rd and final round.
Perhaps not the fight we expected, but no surprise that we're going down to a 3rd and deciding round here. As this fight has been so close and fought in many different ways through the first 10 minutes. A lot more blood in the mouth now of Saad than we saw earlier. Patricky has been patient, but still has not been able to get inside.
Found it briefly at the beginning of the last round. That's when he was successful with those power punches. Toward the end of the round, that's when Saad able to establish himself in range. Nice left hook. Got a little bit behind the guard of Saad.
You have this even going to round 3.
I have it even going into round 3. I gave Patricky Pitbull the last round. Saad outboxed Patricky Pitbull at the end of the round. Pitbull outboxed Saad at the beginning of the round. For me, the takedown is the tiebreaker. It goes to Patricky Pitbull, but very close 2 rounds. Neither guy can feel good about it.
We saw some scorecards during the prelims tonight that were unusual. Keep that in mind, as we both see this as an even fight going to round 3.
But the decisions went the right way. That's important. Now, when Patricky Pitbull has been successful, it's been with versatility, mixing up his punches and his kicks to keep Saad guessing. That's what he did at the beginning of this round. That's what he did at the beginning of the last round. One thing thing Saad Awad's doing under attack is he's overreacting a little bit. He's taking himself out of range for any counter punches like that. He moves so far back that he can't counter strike Patricky Pitbull.
We are closing in on September 19th in San Jose. Much anticipated dynamite. Liam McGeary and Tito Ortiz for the light heavyweight title. You've seen the brackets now for the 4-man one-night tournament. It's Glory Kickboxing, all in the same arena. It is going to be quite a spectacular show. Jimmy will be with Tito Ortiz in moments. Bellator MMA, it's September 19th, live on Spike.
Patricky Pitbull finding his range in this third round.
Shows coming up in Texas and at Mohegan Sun, and then Vengeance November 6th in St. Louis. Will Brooks and Marcin Held will battle for the lightweight title. We're about 2 minutes away from perhaps finding out who the next #1 contender will be.
One thing about this new patient Patricky Pitbull is he's got more gas in the third round. He's keeping the pressure on, throwing good combinations inside Awad that is fading a little bit.
You said the key to this fight, these two very offensive-minded fighters, would be sound defense.
Both guys haven't left a lot of opportunities for the other fighter. Patricky Pitbull's had to earn it when he's gotten inside and landed good punches.
This has been a professional fighter's fight.
Very good.
And we are anticipating the Bellator debut of the young assassin Melvin Gillard in the main event against Brandon Gertz. He wants to insert himself into the lightweight title conversation. As close as he is with Will Brooks, he says, if I gotta fight my buddy for the title, it becomes about the title.
In this fight, we're talking about professionalism. It's all over MMA, it's not a street fight. That's what I'm talking about, sound defense by Patricky Pitbull. Hands up, head movement when he needs it.
Minute 15, and this is very much up in the air.
I think Patricky Pitbull's been in control of this third round. I think Saad Awad needs to really turn it on in this last minute if he's going to get a decision.
Awad stepping back now more than once now to spit out the blood.
Bleeding in the mouth makes it hard to breathe, and it's swallowing that blood, not good on your stomach. Because of the success he's had in this third round, Patricky Pitbull, good ring generalship, controlling the inside of the cage, controlling the center, making Saad Awad fight on the outside. That's important in the eyes of the judges.
A smart, professional, veteran fight by Patricky Pitbull against David Rickles, and he has repeated that performance, and this could be a huge come-from-behind win for Patricky Pitbull.
Patricky Pitbull shooting, I think, just trying to ice the round.
And he's done it. And all of the talk is in the past now. A great fight between two professionals. We'll go to the judges' scorecards next. As we await the decision, we check out our Black Card Premium Spiced Rum Replay, the bold 93 proof rum that's edgy to the core.
A back and forth fight. The guy who was at range, who controlled the range, controlled the offense. And I think in the last couple rounds, that was Patricky Pitbull. Beautiful lead elbow as Saad Awad was coming in. But in the second and third round, pushing forward, landing shots with the left and the right. Beautiful boxing, nice combinations by Patricky Pitbull.
We saw the new Patricky Pitbull at first in the fight against David Rickles. Let's check out the scorecard now. Jimmy's scorecard brought to you by the Transporter Refueled, rated PG-13, in theaters and IMAX September 4th. Did he do it again?
I have it 29-28. Patricky Pitbull. I gave him the last 2 rounds. We'll have to see.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we'll go to your judges' scorecards. At cage side, Michael Bell, George Allen, and Rob McCarthy all see the fight exactly the same. At 30-27, all for the winner by unanimous decision, Patricky Pitbull.
Pitbull, brother! Woo!
Patricky Pitbull putting himself in position to be in position in the lightweight division. Maturing every time out.
I'm here with Patricky Pitbull. My question for you, not just a tough fight, a lot of respect shown in between rounds and after this fight. Tell me about that.
Mesmo fala disso, do respeito que você estava falando.
Saad is a good guy. He know my hand is a power. The hand, the Awad, my opponent, is a power too. I'm respecting him. He respecting me. So I'm back.
Speaking of being back, the champion Will Brooks interested in this fight. He said he wants the winner. What do you think of that?
Essa luta, que você acha desse, do Will Brooks? Querendo você, o lutador que ganhou hoje.
He talk too much. He's a clown. Hey, Will. Shut up. I'm coming.
You heard it. Let's give it up for your winner, Patricky Pitbull, ladies and gentlemen.
Twitter, it's all yours. Whatever language you tweet in. Will Brooks has to get by Marcin Held at Vengeance on November 6th for the lightweight title, but then it could be Patricky next.